right? And we have approximately 44. We have about 144 people today. Whoa! Wow! That's really amazing. 144 packs, guys. And first of all, I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys over here to spend 1 hour over here to listen to what I have to say, right? That is really, really amazing. So before I start on it, I just like to share a little bit of my story and how we got started. And then I'm going to share today's important topic about dream and attitude, right? And how I am able to actually make this happen and to where am I right now. So yeah, so my name is Ben, but I mean, my full name is called T-Burn, but people call me Ben, right? And if you see my Instagram name called is Ben 10. Okay, wait now. Okay, so my background, let me tell you a little bit about my background. So that's how I used to be, right? Very, very underweight. I used to be very, very active in sports. I used to be running long distance. Everything to do with sports and activity, I'll be out. So most of the time, I'll not be in the class, but I'm always in the top one, top two class of the school, right? So why I actually like this is because ever since young, I really like to be in the first leads of it. So when I was to get into the sports, when I was able to run further, when I was actually able to make things happen, it really gave me the achievement, right? And the far right hand side, you see there's a greenhouse. So at Form 5, I was actually given this opportunity to become president of the greenhouse. For the last 5 years, the other house was winning. It was blue house, red house, I can't remember. So I really wanted to make a difference back then. I really wanted to make. So what I actually did was that year I intently trained all my athletes. I trained all my people on the way after the schools where teachers were surprised at what I was doing. At the end of the day, we actually made it to the champion. So we broke the record of other houses winning continuously. So ever since then, I knew that, you know what, everything can make things happen when you put in the hard work and will. So my dreams were actually big. So what I did, I wanted big dreams. So my biggest dream, what I can do is be an aircraft engineer, right? So yes, so I get into a training school in Subang, completed my paper, and I'm actually yeah, pretty good. Say that I enjoy complete my studies, but along the way, um, my dad actually got into a bike accident, right? So he was not able to support for my fees. So this is where I actually found out about this business opportunity. So I was looking for a life-changing event. So later I'm going to share to you how this thing incident actually happened. Then you're actually able to relate this. Long story short, I was able to use this as a part-time income from a student, pay back my tuition fees, and I continue back studying. So yes, I graduated a little bit later compared to my friends, but at the end of the day, I did. And then I was working as an aircraft engineer in specialized in helicopter. And that was really, really nice to work with something that you really wish for, the dream that, because this goal of mine have been start at the age of 5. At the age of 5 itself, I wanted to work with aircraft. I wanted to be a pilot. I want to be an aircraft engineer. That was my mindset at the age of 5. So when I was able to work with my dream, I was like, whoa, you know what? I made it happen. That feeling of satisfaction, it's an addiction. So yes, so graduated as aircraft engineer, working as aircraft engineer, life was good. But this is what I meant. So I was losing more weight and I really wanted to transform my life. I really wanted to transform the way how I look. So I got on the program, same like you guys over here, get on the LOT shakes. And then was my 3 months transformation. So I gained about 5.8 kilos, right? And this was just using body weights. And I was felt like, wow, I never had this kind of thing. Because for me to gain weight is very difficult. I can eat one large pizza. I can eat 1.5 chicken, but gaining weight is so difficult. I just need to eat, sleep, eat, sleep, eat, sleep. I can lose weight. I know don't be envy, but this is my body type before. So I thought my metabolism was high, but eventually it's not. It's actually because my internal body wasn't that healthy to absorb the nutrition, right? So after that, I was like, what's next? So what I did was I actually joined the body transformation program, the 8-week body transformation, to push myself to the next level, and that's how the best result I actually got in it, right? So when I change myself, right, when I actually change my internal, my health, I feel good. When I feel good, right, whatever I think or whatever I do, it becomes a source of attraction. because you are, your inner self is a reflection of who you are in the outer, right? So it's always starts with your own self, always starts with your inner self, right? Now, today I'm going to talk about dream and attitude. So what are dreams for you? So, you know, there's a chat box there, right? I'm going to give you guys a short 30 seconds. I want you guys to just type it out. What are dreams for you, right? So can we have a short 30-second song, and let's see what are the dreams. I would like to actually interact with you guys, because we have almost 150, 100, oh my God, 174 packs in the call. Wow, okay, that's amazing. Right, yes, so keep on the chat box here. I'd like to hear from you guys. Dreams, I want a life I wanted. Great, from Irish. Yes, who else? Dream is like something that you want to achieve. Amazing, great. And what else? Dream is able to afford to send some to school. Great. So you see, there's a lot of dreams in it. Dreams are the things that I really wanted to have, but sometimes dreams are the current moment. Actually. Amazing, Manjula. So there is a lot of dreams, right? So what difference dreams and goals? Right. So today I'm going to share a little bit. So a lot of people actually have these dreams of having good health, financial independence, right? Time freedom, travels, lifestyle, fun, spend time with family members, you know, give it back to the community, being positive, or do the things I really wanted to do. So this is what a lot of people are looking for in life. So it can be anything related to health, time, wealth, or mission, right? So it's a stage of life where you actually, when every time you actually move to a certain phase of life, your goals and dreams will start to evolve. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit on my story on how I actually got started. Now, this is a very interesting story I want to share on it. So the age of late 22, like I was saying, that my dad actually got into a bike accident, right? So when he was in bike accident, he was bed rest for 6 months, and the company was going very, very bad. So I was not even able to pay my tuition fees for my studies. So I was looking for a part-time income, and I was teaching tuition part-time, right, for A levels. And I wasn't earning that much, right? It was just enough to cover my daily expenses. And the same time is that my mom wasn't feeling that well as well. So things were actually really falling apart. And there was a time that you had breakup, your mom is sick, your dad is bed rested, and you want to start making enough money, because that time my second brother was on ship. So I have 2 younger brothers with me actually. So you really need to do something in order to make sure that, you know, at least there's some food at the table. You need to make sure you pay your bills on time. It was such a struggle for me at the age 21, where I had to hold the responsibility on it. And what I actually decided was I wanted to change. So the first thing what I did was a haircut. You see that time I haven't get a haircut yet, because that was the most cheapest thing I want to do, is like change my image, change my haircut, right? So I got a haircut done first, and after that I was like, I want to start increasing my body. I don't like the way how I look. I want to change things. So that's where I saw this amazing coach in online, and she saw that, okay, great, you want to gain weight, fine. So she sent one of her coach to KL during Chinese New Year. I went to meet her. She was explaining all of these products and everything, and I looked at my wallet and I only have $10. Really, I only had $10 in my wallet. And the program cost about few hundreds. And I told her, I don't have the money right now, but can I start it when I got the money? So she told me like, okay, great. Are you interested to make some part-time income? I said, why not, right? And that was my mind, because I was so hungry. My dreams were big. My dreams were very, very big. But when I actually got into reality of making even 50, 60 bucks was so difficult, my dreams start to shatter down. So when she gave me this opportunity, I was like, okay, you know what? That's great. Let's do it. So I again, to get started, I need money. It was $100. I only had $10, like 10 times more. So I told her, give me 1 week. I will come back and see you. Right? When most of the time when people say this, they have this mindset of like, The moment when they step out, there's always the second voice that it's okay, you don't have to do it. It's okay, you can do it. But my mind was thinking is that the only thing I was thinking, how can I make this affordable to me? Instead of putting the mind block of I can't afford it. When I say the mind, oh, I can't afford it, I'm doing a virtual mind block to my mind to say that I'm not going to make it happen. That's the first thing what I actually said. So 1 week I go to all my Chinese New Year friends' house, collect ambao. All right, collect. I'm like, only $70 lex. So I got $30 to more. I was like, what can I do? I say, oh, I know how to play blackjack. That's the only game I know how to play because you need to get 21, right? So I'm not encouraging you guys to gamble, right? But I'm just saying what I actually did. So I played, I won $100. That's why you can see that each of the $10 and $5 and $1 is actually the money, the blessing that what all the friends gave to me during Chinese New Year. And that's how I actually got started. So back there, if you guys are students over here, if you guys don't have the money here, it's always want to say is no money, no problem, no initiative is the biggest problem, all right? When there's a will, there's a way, right? Be like an ant. Ant, the attitude of an ant where the ant never fails to stop finding its way. If there's an ant moving, you put your hand, the ant doesn't stop. It always finds a way. So be like an ant, right? Yeah. So this is how all our life got started, right? When we are just born, right, there's no boundaries, there's no limitations, so there's no things that actually covering. Our mind can go crazy, our imagination can go crazy. Imagine the time that you were building the castles or you're playing the car games, the car can fly and everything. The imagination was crazy, right? And what happens is that when you start getting out, aging up and everything, you start to draw a circle around your life. These circles are the stories that what you've been telling or you've been heard or your past events in your life have been creating that border. When that thing actually happens around, you are like in a cocoon that you feel like, no, this is how my life it is. And this is what is going to be the outcome. I can never become like them. I can never do this. It's because the stories that what have been actually implemented. This can be a past event, or it can be something that happened to your parents. And then you saw it and you feel like, oh, will that happen to me? I better do prepare. This kind of things that what is on. And the only way that you can actually break through that is that, no, before I should go there. So when you actually have this barrier and when you go up on your 20s, 30s, 40s, 60s, if you don't break this, it's going to get even thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker. And it's going to get even more difficult to do it. And then our time when the limiting story actually comes in, is like, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I don't matter to people. I'm broke. I'm scared. I'm not good enough. I'm so scared. Can I do this? A lot of things on, and some of them is, oh, do my parents love me? I don't trust people. So this kind of things will already start to play in your mind. The invisible wall, right? Then when you break through that fear is where you achieve your goals and dreams, right? It is like you're piercing through the thick skull of it. And fear, there's two meaning of it. Number one is whether you can forget everything and run, or you can face everything and rise. So you decide what kind of fear you're actually having. The moment we cut through this, your goals and dreams can be a reality. So just to let you know that you'll be tested because of these stories doesn't go away. This shell doesn't go away when it will still be there. The moment you stop being uncomfortable, you'll get back into that circle back again, right? Things actually have happened, but however, you can always change how do you respond to it, right? That's another thing I should say. A lot of people say like, when you made someone to wait, you can actually say that, oh, so sorry, I made you wait, so sorry for the late reply, right? So recently something I actually learned is that instead of saying sorry for late reply, you can always say, switch your mindset, hey, thank you for waiting. The choice of your words tells you that what kind of person are you in the inside, right? this is some of the examples. So for you to step out from your comfort zone, all right, it's not going to be easy. You're going to get like a lot of fear, depression. You got this, what if I fail? What if I fail? You see, a 5-year-old child doesn't have the fear of falling down. A 5-year-old child doesn't have the fear of getting hurt. Let me tell you this amazing story that me and my brother actually did. At the age of 7 or 8, we got our new bicycle, right? So what we did, we bring it down to the playground. You saw there was a seesaw. I know it sounds crazy, okay? You know the seesaw? We brought that bike and up of the seesaw, and we like 3, 2, 1, zoom all the way. And what happened was, when I was coming down that speed, all right, I did not see, okay, I did not see there was a bump, and I flipped and I fell. After I fell, I was like, whoa, that was fun. Let's do it again. Now, I was so young, I didn't know what was pain, but that fun, what my son. When I get back home and I saw, oh, there's bloodshed and everything. My mom was like, what happened? How did I? Because, you see, a child doesn't have the fear inside of them. So we need to be that child again. You need to bring out that 5, 6-year-old kid out of you. When you can do that, you can see you become unstoppable. You're not fear for falling. You're not fear for it. That's what. So adult is a deterioration of a child. Right? Now, for me, what really happened a life-changing time is that in the age of 2018 was my life-changing year. So I started this journey on the 2013, and I would just keep doing, but I wasn't able to do much. I wasn't being productive. I wasn't being to where am I right now. I was just stuck in the same circle again and again and again. And I'm asking myself, like, why am I getting back to the same zone again and again? I didn't understand back then. Then I knew that I had to do some untying some knots, meaning to say that there are some things that in our life that are not, I would say, that you're not happy with. It can be some few people that you haven't forgive yet. It can be some few people that you want to say sorry for, right? So all these things are actually inside of our heart, right? And sometimes we are actually a little bit jealous of this person, or we are actually inspired by this person, or you want to say gratitude. There's a lot of things in our heart. To be a better version of ourselves, we need to make sure our heart it's clean. So what I did was I did a cleaning of my mind and my body and my soul. Something that I really loved in so much what I did was I choose to let it go and learn how to live in terms of what I really need, the basic needs. Do not fall into addictions. Do not fall into the things that what you want, right? So I learned to discipline myself, that habit of disciplining myself. And when I start doing that, I build a new mindset. Then I was working very, very hard on my new first lines. I was just keeping building more and more new customers on it. So I was working very hard on myself. So there was a saying that work hard on yourself rather than working hard on your job, right? What it really means is that work harder on yourself, meaning that you're fixing your inner self. Then you can achieve your dreams and goals. So why is it so? It's because health is important. Your health affects your heart, right? And what do you do with your heart is how you feel. If your heart feels good, you'll feel great. You feel, wow, today is amazing and I feel great. You'll start thinking more positively and you feel like unstoppable. When that actually happens, the way you speak, whatever you say is positive as well. And when you say it's positive thing, you'll do positive actions. When you do positive actions, and that is the outcome of your entire life. And that's how you achieve your goals, right? And for all my friends over here, all right, I'm actually waiting for me to actually turn 40 because 40 is going to be the new 20s if you're only healthy. So I have 11 more years to make it there, and I'm very, very excited to look for it actually. Now, why I actually say this is because number one, You saw my previous result back then, right? So for me to change to a next state of life, for me to change to next new level of life or phase of life, I knew I didn't need to have an upgrade. Come on, we change our phone like every 2-3 years, right? We can't be using a 5 years or 7 years phone until right now. It doesn't come to the current update of OS, right? Same thing that if you want your life to upgrade, you need to upgrade yourself first. Your physical, your mental, your spiritual, okay? Your spiritual, social, have some fun and adventure. And most importantly, when you do all these things in balance, your financial will be up at stake as well. All right. Financial is more like a cat. You can't chase after a cat. The cat has to come to you. You need to attract the finance. So that is something that's the end results of this 5. Right. So that's what the results on it. So that was my previous results. I had to upgrade my results for me to attract more new energy around me, more new possibility around me. And that's how you work towards your goal. So that was triggering a lot of our dreams and goals on how you can actually do it happen. Right now, I'm going to talk about a little bit on law of attraction. Your environment that you're in is actually very, very important. If you're an environment of people who always like to go for food, eventually you're going to join them and you're going to keep eating more food. If you're an environment that people are all are boxers, you're going to get into the boxing ring sooner or later. If you're in the environment that people always like to draw, you're going to become one of the person who's going to draw. So your environment plays a very, very important factor. If you don't like what's surrounding of you, make a change. You're not a tree, right? So your magic actually happens when you step out from your comfort zone. And I'm telling you, it's not going to be easy. Now, why do I say this so? Let me tell you back then. 3 years ago, right, I started this business in 2012, part-time, and then about 3 years ago, 2017, I actually turned full-time. It wasn't easy. I was broke and I was out of pay. My bills were overdue, right? You were hungry. Sometimes you just need to budget yourself, like eating like 3 ringgit or 4 ringgit like that, or something. You just need to drink water just to get through it. It was tough. It was tough. And just to share that I'm the eldest in the family, right? And partially I'm also supporting the families as well. All right. So things were getting much more tougher at the point that you just feel like, how am I going to make things happen? You know, there's so much things is going on. Should I just focus on my problem, or should I just keep going on? That was this kind of voice comes in. But I'm telling you that never ever give up. Keep moving forward, because even it's 1 inch more, even it's 1 cm more towards your goal, make that happen. Progressive is better than none. Right? These goals, what I'm talking, it can be any goals of your life. It can be your health and fitness. It can be things that you want. It can be a dream house. It can be things that you want to travel. It can be your amazing fitness goal that you want to have abs, you want to transform people. It can be any form of goals that what you really want. And there is a way how to make it happen. It's called a habit. Right? If you want to become a boxer, you go to a boxer and learn what a boxer does. If you want to become a great chef, you need to go to a chef that's really good and understand how does it. If you want to become an entrepreneur, you need to go to an entrepreneur and ask, and how do you do it, and follow the same steps. It's that easy. You're following the footsteps of a successful path. When you start doing the same habit as what they are doing it, the results become the same. So the magic actually happens when you step out from your comfort zone. It's the same thing when you go out for a run, and when you come and sit down in the car, or when you come, most of the time people would like to blast the aircon to the full blast because they're feeling so hot. They can't take the heat. That's your being comfortable. If an uncomfortable position, what you're doing is that you might just wind down the window and let your body to find the coolness and calmness within that period of time. So most of the time people like to have hot shower because it's very comfortable. But try taking a cold shower when you have a lot of things to think about it. That particular moment, you will be at that present moment that you forget about everything else because you're being calm. All right. So successful people will have dreams, purpose, all right? They always start from zero and is a risk taker. So there's a great saying I actually wanted to say from Nelson Mandela. I'll be showing you later on it, right? Discipline is very important, and most important, create a daily routine. A routine where will help you know that when you do this, when you do like certain part, let me share you what's my routine is so you get to know it. So wake up by 6:30, right? Have my LO and T, have about 15-20 minutes of reading, right? And after that, I get my shakes, shower, I work out. Then at 9:30 only I start working on myself. So you're restarting your inner self, you're restarting your inner engine first before you start on your days. All right. And that's how I do it. So when I start practicing this, I start to see I'm always ahead of my day. And I'm a person that I'm also, I actually go to temple. If you're a person who actually prays, that's really good because praying meditations actually helps you to find calmness as well. So I go to temple every 1 week, 2 to 3 times. When I do that, I feel my life is more balanced. It's just to send some gratitude to the person who actually have brought you to this world, right? And everything what I do, I'm actually grateful for things I actually have. Previously, I don't know about this. Previously, when I go to praying, I was like, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. That was the thing I was always talking about. I was like, okay, you give me this, I'll do this. You give me this, I'll do this. This is what I was doing back then because I don't know all these things in. But when I changed that and I started to be grateful for all the small little things he's giving, the opportunity was open even bigger, right? So build your confidence from ability, let go the past. If you have something that you're holding back on it, let it go. A hot air balloon can only lift it up when you let go of the weightage. So you're like a hot air balloon. You want to let go all this baggage on your shoulders and everything, all this thing that's making you stress, let it go. Then you see you will actually just float like an air balloon and just go all the way up, right? And setting goals around. I'm going to show you some of the important things, how I actually set my goals, right? This can be a little bit technical, but fine. So before you actually set your goals, you need to find out, you can break your goals down into several categories. What is your 1-year goal? What you like to achieve? 3-year goals, 5-year goals, 10-year goals. If you see, I'm setting goals, all right? I wasn't using the word dream. Why? Dream, there's no time limit. Goals has a specific time limit, right? So you can put the dreams into the action that becomes a goal. So for example, I will say that, okay, I want to get this new book by end of this week. That is my goal. It's a goal that I'm giving myself. I want to get this book by end of this week. But it's the dream, I wish I can get that book. Let me give you a good example. Have you guys seen this book? Yes, right? Yeah. So basically speaking, is that's the kind of goal you want to have. So to set a goal, you have to have SMART, specific, measurable, okay, accuracy, reasonable, and also T is for time, right? So set this goal for 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 years for any sectors in your life. Anything. It can be a personal goal, it can be a health goal, it can be a finance goal, it can be a travel goal, it can be something that you want to do in relationship goals, anything that you can think of. Then what you do is you have to write it down. The power of writing is really amazing. Let me show this to you. So this was my goal for every year that what I write, every year. All right, so every year I have a new book. You know what book is it? It's just a sketchbook. I write a lot. I like to write. I don't like to keep things in my mind because my mind got a lot of things to do. So what I do, whatever I think, I write it down. Whatever I do, I write it down. So when I write it down, it becomes much more clearer and you can know how to plan things out. So a 1 year goal, now I'm going to share to you. If it's a 1 year goal, break it down into 12 months. When you have 12 months, right, break it down that 1 month into 4 weeks, what you need to do. Break that 4 weeks into daily what you need to do. So when you're doing your daily routine, you're actually doing your work towards your 1 year goal. That's how you make your goal happen. Because back then, before, what I used to do is that when I set goals, I can see my goals will keep repeating itself every single year. Every single year it's going to be, oh, take from the last year, put it back again, take from last year, bring. And when sometimes when I actually ask my friend, hey, what's your new resolution? I'm so lazy to write lah. Why? Because it's not, it's just keep happening the same thing and I'm not achieving it at all. So I might not write right. So that's something. So this is like some of the goals I write. So yeah, right. So I write a lot, like I said, I got a couple of books. So I separate what is my personal goal, what is my my finance goal, what I want to do in my life goal. And I'm so grateful that what I actually wrote in this year, in this last 7 to 8 months, this during this MCO period, all right, it happened more than what I actually wrote in. All right, let me tell you this amazing thing that I have not been speaking to my dad for the last 7 years, 6 years, 7 years. When I quit my job, an aircraft engineer and started to do this, all right, I think not a lot of parents are actually happy to do this, right? And there was a lot of argument between him and me because it was a different frequency. But guess what? Let me just show you something. When I actually wrote a goal that I wanted to fix my family relationship, right? It happened. Fix family relationship. I put a tick there, done. When you write, things happen. And guess what? Yes, this year, mid of the year, it happened. Opportunity comes in. Opportunity happens. All right. So it's all in our mind. What do we actually think about it? So my goal was to, from last year, as a Get team member, my goal was to become a Get 2.5 and eventually become a millionaire team. And right now, I'm so grateful that I'm actually running on my third card, Get 2.5 for this month. I'm very, very grateful for all these things. And most important thing is that my amazing team. So for goal setting, what do people actually think is like big idea, great, people gives money, I'm just going to build it up. That's a saying that a rich mindset, okay, when you have the money, you can make more money. A poor mindset, even you have a lot of money, you're going to become broke. A rich mindset, who are broke, can know how to make the money. It's not about how much money you have right now. It's not about how much success you have now. It's how can you rebuild back from scratch. If I put myself back to zero, like I start back all from the scratch, I will know how to rebuild back again. That's what it means. So you're learning the journey, you're learning the steps on how to make it happen. This can be implied same in your fitness goal as well. You're losing 5 kilos, 10 kilos and everything, right? Then you suddenly will go for holiday. You come back, you gain 3 kilos. Pop, you know what to do to lose that 5 kilos out from your holiday. That's what is called success. You know how to build it back, right? So the most important thing what I actually like to do is that do a to-do list. Always do not start your day before you end. Meaning to say that the next day, if let's say I want to start my day, that night I will prepare a list that what am I supposed to do. If I don't do the list, that's it, the next day go haywire, like I don't know what to do and everything, and the time doesn't stop for you, right? You just keep moving and moving. Suddenly say it's 2 o'clock. No, it's 5 o'clock. Done. The day just goes on. Every single day is a valuable time. So when I start doing this, I start to save more time. Right. So you can actually do this if you guys actually want to actually have a better, clearer view on it. Right. Now, let it go a little bit on the attitude. Be an encourager, right? When you have your friends or your family who's on board trying something new, right? These words can actually really mean a lot to them. I'm with you. I'm listening to you. I care about you and I'm praying for you. Right. There's few little people that around us that be thinking about us. Number one is our family, our own family members will be thinking about us like, oh, they want us to become successful. They always care for us. They're always there up and down. Okay. These are the people. But how about the community around? So we are the community here that actually empowering people around. And these are the magical words that what you can use. Please, thank you. This is amazing. If you guys receive a text from me, I always say like, wow, that's amazing. That word is very powerful. Right? I'm so lucky, great, excellent. And if you, another word I like to use, any problem is no problem. You definitely see that if you guys already see it's not just me. I think Yan, Jason, a lot of leaders actually use this. Everything is no problem, no problem. Because when you actually say, oh, there is a problem, mental blockage, it's going to block your mind to stop for any solution. When you say it's no problem, oh, okay, there'll be a solution, right? These are the words that you want to start empowering your kids, your family, your people surrounding you that. It might be a little bit weird in the beginning. They feel like, oh, what is this person using all this kind of words and everything, right? But let me give you a situation. If right now you are, let's say you're actually staying in Malaysia, right? You know Bahasa Malaysia, English and everything. But let's say I send you to Japan and you gotta start reading Japanese book. Firstly, it's gonna be totally uncomfortable and you got no idea what they are talking about. But 1 year down the road, you'll know how to read the entire book. At first, everything gets messy and uncomfortable. But soon, you'll be adapting to the new culture of it. Then you see how things is going to change. So changing in the beginning is tough, but it's really worthy. Right? Be a good listener. That's why God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. Right? And be yourself as the energy generator. So this is where you become the light in your family. You become the person that's shining out. It's all starts from your home first. Right? Yeah, days are expensive. When you spend a day, we have 1 day less to spend it wisely. So this is another homework that what you can actually do. It's very fun, right? Take your current age, right? Minus an average human lives up about maybe 80 years, right? So take 80 years minus your current age, right? You have a certain amount of age, right? You can do it right now. Have fun, all right? Take 80 years minus your current age, all right? And then you have a certain amount of age times by 365 days and check how many days are you left with. Put that in the chat box. And you see how much days you left with. And imagine that you only have like, let's say, there are a lot of chat box coming in. Let me see. Oh, 20,000 days, 21,000. Amazing. Now let me ask you something. Is it a lot? Do you have a lot more days? Wow. Yes, it's not a lot of days. Can you see a wake up call every single day is so valuable? It's very, very valuable, right? Every hour that you spend is very valuable. And right now, even you're spending here in this 1 hour, it's also very valuable. That's why I'm very, very thankful and grateful of you guys to spend your 1 hour over here. All right. This is almost, let me see. Okay, this is almost 200 hours of time in this current call because we have about 200 people signing out at this time. So I'm very, very grateful for each and every one of you, right? Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. A great sailor is, a great sailor's skills being tested when the sea is rough, right? Don't wish for less problems, wish for more skills, right? Less challenges, don't wish for less challenges, ask for more wisdom, right? So discipline is the only bridge that actually discriminating between goals and accomplishment. Disciplining yourself can be a little tough, right? So that's why we always have our WXS coaches to always like, go, have a workout. Have you had your shake? Have you had your tea? What are you doing this? We always have this. Even I myself in the beginning, right? Not me, even until right now, I also have someone to like, give me the invisible slap, right? It's always the accountability partners of it. So when you actually have this person, you always become, no, this is my part. This is what I need to do. So allow your coach, allow your person who really care for you to give you the invisible slap sometimes. We need it, right? And learn how to pay it forward. If you have seen the movie, please watch this movie. This is a very, very powerful message. When you start paying it forward on the gift that what you have, right now, if you're in the program, you're actually giving the gift of health. You will never know. I want you to imagine that before you start on the program, how were you feeling, right? You were facing a challenge to lose that extra 5 kilos. You're losing the challenge extra to lose that 3 kilos. Right? You're finding a lot of solution. There will be like more than 100 plus of people who are doing in the same situation as you. But right now you have a solution and you're seeing results. Even though the results only 1 kilo, you are in the progress already. And that people might be just finding the way and they would have just give up on their life. And the moment they give up in their life is where they don't have the spark. And that is very difficult to reignite back again. So your people surrounding you, give them this gift of health. And that is the greatest gift what you can give to them. Right? And let's do this one. So there's 2 different workshops on it, right? So for me, what inspired me is failures and life challenges is what inspired me to be successful. So when I fail a challenge, it's more into that I don't take it as setback. I took this as like, you know what, I got to make it better. How I'm going to make it better. What I need to do in order to be there. I take that as a motivation drive for me to work even harder. So the last 3 years, I was saying I was broke. Cannot pay my bills. I was hungry. I was so drunk. I was working 16 hours in a day, sometimes 2 days straight without sleep. I'm not asking you to do that, okay? But I was so hungry to make this happen because I don't want to be in that shoe anymore. There's 3 most important things that what drives the person, their attitude towards their goal, right? Number 1 is fear. If you have this fear that, oh my God, I don't want to be there anymore. You have this fear that I don't want to I want to make sure I fit into that dress before I go there. I don't want to be like having this bulge here, this bulge here. That fear kicks into it. You will make it happen. That's stage number 1, the first drive of you. Stage number 2 is your duty or responsibility. Like, what are we willing to do for our family members? What are we willing to do for our kids? We'll do whatever it takes to make sure they have a better version of life. They have a better quality of education. They have better quality of everything what you can give to them, right? For your life partner, you want to make sure they have the best quality of life on you. You want to make sure that they don't have to go through the tough time. You don't want to make sure that your parents go through a tough time. This is what your responsibility. Same thing for a teacher to a student. Same thing for a coach to the client. The responsibility takes in. The third is the most powerful drive. I feel it like supercharged fuel, right? Is love. When you really love that person, when you really love, let's say your parents, you will willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. Even though you need to cross a field of fires or stones or whatever needles, you will cross over and save your parents. You will cross over and save your son. You will cross over and save them. That's the power of love. And some people are doing the health program, or some people are actually transforming themselves. It's not from themselves. It's because they want to stay healthy. So when the kids grow up, they can stay healthy and for them. It's the love what they have for the child. It's the love what they have for the husbands. The love what they have for the wife. It's that power of love is what driving them. And when that love turns bigger, it turns into not only themselves, it comes their family, gets even bigger, the community around, the friends and family gets even bigger, the entire globe you love things so much comes unconditional love. So that is the three most powerful drive of what you can put that into to achieving your goals and dreams. So success is nothing more than a simple discipline that practice every day. Let me be honest, it's not I was able to wake up every day 6:30. Okay, I'm not as disciplined as my younger brother. He wakes up 5 o'clock every day. I can't do that. I'll be honest to you, I can't do that. Okay, but I used to wake up at 8, then I went try to upgrade to be 7. Okay, then about 6:15, 6:45. So it's a progressive thing that what I need to start practicing. All right. So when I start doing that, then you know, oh, you made it better. Do the small things under. So let me just show you what I was doing. So this was some of the days where I wake up. Okay, on the 14th January, I wake up 7:45. 15th January, I wake up at 8 o'clock. Okay, and then 16th, same, 19th one. And then 18, I wake up at 9 o'clock. And then 19, I wake up at 7:30. And then 21, I wake up at 6:30. You see, it takes obviously about 2 weeks for me to start practicing my habit. Same thing. Small little improvement makes a lot of difference. All right. Don't join the crowd that takes easy. You will not grow. Go where the expectation and demands will perform higher. When you send us kids to school, you want to make sure they actually go to the first front row. They want to go to the first class. Why? Because they want to study more. They can absorb more. Pretty much the same thing. All right. Now I just want to share on this. So before I actually go and end, I just want to say that thank you very much to my sponsors, right? Without them, not me. This is my first time actually attending this event, right? They call MDW, right? This is similar things is what's going to happen tomorrow. It's called WXS Concept Review. It will change your life actually. So I would like to thank to my sponsors because without them, there's no me. I still remember on that particular day. I want you guys to remember that jacket. That jacket. I'm going to tell you a story later, right? If you see, these are the people who actually inspired me. So that's Jason over there. That's the first time I go in there, the club. You see my hair and everything looks like I don't know what is it, but all these people, when I actually meet them, they have a new vibe, new energy. And I've been using the same jacket for the last 5 years because I got no money to buy jacket. Right? So I'll be using the same thing over and over again. And I think I still have them, but I don't wear it anymore. But yeah, right? But what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter how people look at you. It doesn't matter what you're actually doing in the beginning, right? And I'm always grateful for the things that what actually happened for me. And these are the people behind. And last year, we were so blessed to bring the entire team to Bali to have an amazing celebration over there. And these are the pillars behind my entire organizations. So I'm very grateful for each and every one of them, right? And of course, I'm really grateful for where am I today. 3 years of hard work, 3 years of non-stop giving up, consistency, persistency, and also most important, your mindset, your heart. Listen to your coach. Your coach always wants the best for you. As a lifestyle coach, we don't just help you in the health, we help you in the health, mind, physical, mental, everything out of it. What you're looking for. Right? We don't meet people by accident. We meet them to when they cross, when a path cross actually for a reason. So I'm very, very great that the entire team is actually adopted me as one of their team member and grew me up to where am I right now. Because without them, I don't think so I'll be here up to right now. And there's beautiful part about this is that we all work together as a family, and that is something money can't buy, right? And this is the entire team. And look at the team, is just keep growing and growing and growing. All right. So don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Don't wish for less problem, wish you have more skills. Don't wish it was less challenge, wish for more wisdom. And this is what I want to say. There's no passion to be plain found small in settling for a life that is less than one you're capable of living. This quote really means a lot to me because do I have time? Yeah, I have 3 minutes to share. So this last 3 years, I've been really, really working very hard, right? So there was a lot of names, there was a lot of criticism was actually called upon me. right? It was tough to step it up, and especially coming in a family that where doctors, engineers, lawyers are the things that actually look it up. When you start doing this something out of your own entrepreneur, a lot of people think, oh, that's it, this guy is gone, he can't make things happen, he's living day to day. This were the things I was hearing in the back of it, and whenever I want to do something out of it, it's like, oh, it's not going to happen, it's not going to make it. These are the things I say. So all these things I'll be just putting them into my action, and I don't want to settle for ordinary, right? So about 7 8 to 8 months back, I actually proposed to my future wife to see. I think she's inside J. And after that, I was prepared to start my life. But I was really scared because at the age of 29, what I'm going to do? I haven't got a property yet. I haven't got a car for myself. I have nothing. I had zero, right? I was really scared. But I was looking for a solution, and that's where the MCU came in. Blessing in disguise. I started working very, very hard. So in this last 6 7 months, I'm grateful that on my birthday, I just got myself a new property as a gift for me, right? And at the same time, last 2 weeks, I just got myself a dream car, and this dream car wasn't meant. Um, it's really amazing what I say that, because I was just looking for a car that can just bring me to one position, to one place. That's it. I wasn't looking for more. I just want to settle for something small, you know. But when I just saw this code, I'm like, why settling for something less when I'm what capable of living? We're only going to live another 15, 20,000 days left, you know. What I'm going to do? So what I did, I I choose to live in my dream. I did all the things before I got in it, and that's what. So live to your day, that how you want to live. If you're given one last week, if this is your final week of your life, how will you live your life? Ask yourself, and that's how you want to start growing it, right? And tomorrow we have an amazing session called WXS Concept Overview. You're going to share more stories. You're going to hear more amazing transformation. It's not just about me. There's a lot more people, not just in Malaysia, the entire globe of all. You're going to hear them. So if you want to start seeing more, if you want to start changing your life, mentally, physically, financially, health, spiritually, everything, this is a one place stop center where you can develop yourself to be a better version of you. All right. So by saying all these things, I want to say thank you so much. I'll be passing over to the host back again. I hope to see you guys on the Sunday 3:30. Thank you so much, Melinda. I'll pass it back to you.
Thank you so much, Coach Ben. So many things to write down from your personal sharing. And I'm sure some of you have some questions in mind. I think we still have time. If you would like to ask Coach Ben about anything, do type in into the chat group. But before we go to Q&A, let's all turn on our cameras. Let's just take a group photo first. So cameras on, everyone. Let's take a good photo. Okay, so I'll be taking for the first link of the Zoom. Ready, everyone? Okay, first page, huh? 1, 2, 3, smile. Second page. Okay, get ready. 3, 2, 1, smile. We have a lot of pages today. Third page, more cameras on, please. 3, 2, 1, smile. And last page. Okay, somebody take for the other Zoom, please, because I can't do the second part of the Zoom. Okay, someone took a photo. All right, so many amazing things that we have learned from Coach Ben. Like I said, when I first intro Coach Ben, how many times that sometimes he sort of knew my energy when I was down. He said the right things that just opened my eyes again. And today, I'm sure he has done so much for all of us. Thank you so much, Coach Ben. You really touched our hearts, really, really touched the inner part of how we feel right now. I'm sure all of you are feeling a bit inspired and ready to take the next step. Tomorrow we have a really, really great sharing session in our 3 o'clock, like what Coach Ben said, our lifestyle hub. We have how we run our business here. So any questions coming in for Coach Ben, don't feel shy. Please do just type there. There are so many things that Coach Ben wrote. I think I wrote more than 5 pages. Thank you so much.
Wow.
So, yeah. Yes, Shamala, thank you so much for saying the same thing and sharing so much about even the most private, intimate part of how you feel during the last few years. All right. So any questions? Let me look at the other side, the second Zoom. Any questions coming from there? Oops. As well.
There's a lot of message coming in, but I can't read which one of it. It's like a lot of them. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. I'm looking at the second one, second Zoom link.
Can I give you guys a short homework? What you guys can actually do is that just list down your goals, your 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year goals, and speak to your coach and share with the coach. Be excited when you share them. Your coach is going to be even more excited to hear your goals. When you start sharing this energy to the person who actually can amplify it, you're just attracting this more. And that's really amazing. The energy just amplifies it. Do that. That's really fun.
Yes. So I guess no questions coming in. So I will just mention a few things that really inspired me from what Coach Ben has said earlier about dreams and attitudes, right? One, he said that no money, no problem, but no initiative is a problem. Thank you so much for that. And to talk about fear, getting through that fear for us to reach to the next level, I think that is so important. Identifying our fears and what drives us. And always, not to say you're sorry, but always saying thank you for waiting. Because a lot of times we get into the habit of always telling people, so sorry for this and that. So I think we can try to think differently and not say apologize for everything. I think it is time that we take back some powerful words of what Coach Ben has said. There are many powerful words that we can use to help us to get into the right mindset. All right. And yes, writing goals, so important. And all the time we write big dreams. I'm sure all of us here have started dream boards, and that's why those are called dream boards, right? But to work backwards to build that goal, that is something that we have to challenge ourselves to do, right? And get into the right discipline to be able to achieve those goals. Okay. And back to about attitudes, right? I like this, what you have said. Be an encourager and use words to be an encourager, which is I'm with you, I'm listening to you, I care about you, and I'm praying for you. I think a lot of times, I mean, even from my own experience, I feel that when we have no reply from certain people, even if you have close family or friends or people that, you know, your clients, sometimes being an encourager really does help, because we will never know what people are going through in their lives. So always be the encourager and also be a good listener at the same time and a good positive generator. All right. So yes, calculate the days that you have left. Thank you so much, Coach Ben. I have around 15,000 days left. Okay. So wow.
Let me add something out for you. So I was just, that was my maths, and I should ask myself, if I made only 100 ringgit per day, will I be enough until I actually retire? I'm like, no.
Same as well. So this is something that I have to really tell everyone to do. Remember your maths, how you can calculate 80 minus your current age, not body age, okay? Make sure you take your own current age, right? The day that you are, the year that you're born, and then times 365, all right? And that would be the number of days you have left. So I have 15,000 days. Thank you, Coach Ben. Time to get moving. And also, about talking to your coach, telling them your goals, because all the coaches are always wanting the best for you. and wanting the best results for you. Okay, so pay it forward, most important, and always have gratitude. Because if you don't have the gratitude in your heart, sometimes a lot of things like what Coach Ben said, you know, you just can't, you have a different mindset. So when you have gratitude in your heart, you tend to become a different person, and you appreciate the things that you have more. And then you realize that you're so much more in a state of mind to be able to give back to the people that you care about, right? So lastly, it is about what inspired you. So I'm sure all of you here have inspiration of how you got inspired just by a simple discipline on how you got better version of yourself through your health, through your fitness, correct? So put that in mind and see how you can inspire people to be on the same journey as well. All right?
We have a
Okay.
question on the second link, actually.
Second link. Okay, let me just have a look. How to?
Yeah, we have a question on the second link. So question from Efli Hafian. I hope so. I pronounced your prayer correctly. How do you keep pushing yourself in this business when your own family members aren't really supporting you in this? Amazing. Now, family members are one of the most difficult person to convince or to speak to, because they know you since they're small, and the past events or the past things what have you done is what they'll keep in the mind to judge you what you're going to do in the future, right? So these are the things that what they can actually um, tell you about it. So when I started on the first business, the only one who have believed and faith in me is my mom. Right? So I just showed to her and I shared to her, this is what I wanted to do, and I know I can do it. I just have faith in me, everything. And my coach even came and spoke to my mom that this guy actually has the potential to make this happen. Right? My dad wasn't unhappy. My brother was the worst thing ever, I have to say. He's like criticizing me to the max. He's in the call. It's like, this guy is a useless brother. He's always at home, not working. What is he doing at home? Ta-na-na, ta-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na, all the way. But let me tell you something. Their perceptions will change when you make the change. When you start showing them the results, then they'll be like, it works. So it starts by you being a fitter version of yourself, you being a better version of your health. All right, I hope that actually answered your question. All right, there's more questions actually. Let me read. Someone check on link number 1. I check in link number 2.
I will check link number 1, Coach Ben.
Okay. So any suggestion on how you approach more people when I already broadcast wellness evaluations to social media? Some of them left my message after readings, and some already did. Okay, I'm actually confused in the question. Any suggestion on how you approach more people on it? Okay, this is what I should do. In the beginning stage, you can talk to more people, right? But it's always great when you become an attraction force of it. So this particular question is more into invitation skills, right? So they'll be covered on one of the training session later. But what I can say is that start sharing with your heart. Instead of putting them as a dollar sign on the head, start sharing with your heart and be sincere in what you do. Is how you actually how do you attract people. People can feel how you feel. People can know, are you this person is trying to make my money out of it, or this person is really trying to help you, right? That's from Tisha. Okay, very good. Lovely questions, and you're not alone. How do you handle when people give you negative remarks on the products? Well, that's very normal. Whatever, when you start something very positive, people give something negative. That's very, very normal. So for me, I'll just ask myself, do I have belief and faith in this program or again? Is it giving me results? And how do I feel is more important than what do people think about it? Because they can't change how I feel internally. They can't feel what am I feeling internally. And that is a strong belief itself. The same thing when we start praying and meditation, we can always talk about it, but people will not feel how we feel in that current present moment. And that's the kind of belief that it strengthens up on it. Whatever people say on the products or the business on it, it might be just their opinion, or it might be someone they actually read an article, or it can be a story that from their friends and friends that we have encountered before. Right? It might be something that not happened to them in person directly yet. Yeah. Okay. Oh, when I actually start seeing the chat box, that's why my video actually goes on it. Yeah.
Okay, so Coach Ben, one last question before we end today.
Yeah.
Which is from Shen Chu. She says here, how do you deal with rejection?
This is a very good question and a very big question. How I used to deal with this rejection, let me tell you it. How I used to feel rejection. First time when I start to feel rejection, it feels horrible. It's like, oh my God, people rejected me. It's going to be the end of the world. Why he rejected me? Right? But right now, you just need to think rejection is just part of the game. When they say no to you, they're not saying no to you forever. They are just not ready yet. That's all. They can be 1 year, 3 years, 4 years. My own brother took 4 years. I'm so sorry I need to use this as most of the example, but yeah. My own family member took 4 years to say yes. It's like, no, 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 no. Finally, like, okay, yes. Right? So, you don't have to deal with the rejection. What do you need to do? Let it flow out. Masuk sini, keluar sana. That's it. How do you deal with the emotional stress in there? Okay, this is very, very important. Thank you very much, Jason. So if someone who actually have known me very long time ago, I'm a very emotional guy. I'll go like happy and then sad, then happy and then sad. Then sometimes don't know what I'm doing, like ting, 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 ting. It's so crazy. If people know like one time I'm happy, one I'm... So how do I actually manage my emotional stress and anxiety up and down? It's very easy. I started to pray a lot. I started to go to, because I don't know how to do meditation, to be honest. So I knew that praying is one of the way that I can actually calm myself mentally as well. So meditating, yoga, all this thing actually goes to mind. So it helps you to stabilize your mind and your emotion as well. And at the same time, reading good books will also help you to strengthen up your mind. It starts to give you a different perspective of it. When you strengthen up that point of view, your internal self, your heart, you can strengthen up this. Then on it. Yeah. So her heart, your mind, your heart, your body is all aligned to be one. Yeah. So for your body, you do workout. For your mind, you read books. For your heart, you pray or you meditate to come. So each and we got solution. Then you find out which one you want to do. What is the time you say, okay, my meditation is more like praying. So most of the time actually in the morning. That's the best thing you can do. Okay, praying doesn't mean you just go to your altar and you pray as well. Okay, even you sit down calmly and you relax, you wake up, you relax and be at the presence of your body and soul. It's also called praying. Okay, yeah. How do you promote myself? What do you mean promote myself? I don't get it. What do you mean promote myself?
How do you brand yourself, maybe?
Oh, how do I brand myself? My brand. Okay, I actually have my own brand called Ben 10. Let me tell you why the story got started. Back then, I was doing a 10% job at once. So I also like the name called Ben 10 because the name's a cartoon. So ever since then, I just put my name called Coach Ben 10. It sounds catchy. So ever since that, everything is Ben 10, Ben 10, Ben 10. So you find something that's very meaningful to you. Then let the people to speak on it. Yeah. Is it a good income for this business? Jesse, I really recommend you guys to stay for tomorrow to hear how is the income turn out in this business. Like I say, the last 7 to 8 months, it's been such an amazing. I was able to do a lot of things where a lot of companies were paying pay cuts, job retentions, a lot of my aviation friends actually went jobless. Their life was just turned 360 in this couple of months, right? So what I can say is that join tomorrow's session at 3:30 to find out more about it. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess that's all the time we have for today's session for our team meeting. Such a wonderful, wonderful, really so many things that we have to look back into our notes, right? So before I end, thank you, Coach Benton, again for everything that you have shared with us, and it's so really touches the heart. A lot of things that you said, and not to forget, we have to exercise our body later on. We have our core abs and Tabata session with Coach Jason at 5 o'clock. So I encourage every one of you to log in and do your 20% workout to exercise your body so that you will have a healthy heart, and healthy heart leads to healthy mind as well, correct? So I'll see you all there, and have a nice afternoon and a wonderful evening, and also for the concept overview tomorrow at 3 o'clock. All right. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone. See you soon. See you next week for the next team meeting. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone. Anyone I've ever met. I'm stuck on your heart. I hang out every word you say. Tears apart. Maybe I would rather be dead. In your heart, since the start of every night.